Patience pays off in this inspirational true story. Motivational story. The silent strength of perseverance. Life is full of challenges, unexpected setbacks, and moments of despair. Many people dream of success but give up when the road gets tough. However, the key to achieving great things lies not in immediate results but in persistence, patience, and unwavering determination. Just like a bamboo tree that takes years to grow underground before suddenly shooting up into the sky. True success is built beneath the surface long before it becomes visible. Today, we will explore the extraordinary journey of Viren, a young boy from a remote village who dared to dream big despite all odds. His story is not just one of academic success but a testament to the power of resilience, patience, and unwavering belief in oneself. More than that, we will uncover the lessons hidden in his journey and how we, too, can apply them to our own lives. The village without a school. In a small, quaint village surrounded by lush green fields and rolling hills, a boy named Viren was born into a humble family. His parents were farmers who toiled from dawn to dusk, barely making enough to survive. Education was not a priority in their village, as most children followed in their parents' footsteps, working in the fields from a young age. Yet, Viren was different. He would often sit under the large banyan tree near his home, gazing longingly at the school building in the neighboring village. From a distance, he could see children in neat uniforms, books in hand, laughing and learning together. A deep yearning stirred in his heart, a desire to learn, to read, and to change the course of his life. But reality was harsh. His parents could not afford to send him to the distant school, and there was no school in his own village. It seemed as though fate had already decided his path, one that led only to the endless toil of farm work. The first steps toward change. Despite the discouragement from those around him, Viren made up his mind. He would find a way to learn. If he couldn't go to school, he would bring school to himself. He began borrowing old, tattered books from children in the neighboring village. Each evening, after finishing his chores, he would sit by the dim light of a flickering oil lamp, painstakingly going through the books page by page. Learning without a teacher was slow and frustrating. Many nights, exhaustion threatened to overtake him, and doubt whispered in his ears. What if this is all for nothing? His family wasn't supportive either. Viren, stop wasting your time, his father often said. Our life is hard. We need you to work. But Viren refused to let go of his dream. Even if progress was slow, even if it seemed impossible, he believed that persistence would lead him somewhere. And so, he pressed on. The moment of doubt. One evening, after a particularly grueling day in the fields, Viren walked home, his legs aching and his spirit weary. He looked at the distant school, the dream he had been chasing for so long, and wondered, what if I never get to study there? What if all my efforts are in vain? It was in that moment of despair that he met an old man sitting by the roadside. The man, with a kind smile and wise eyes, noticed Viren's troubled expression and asked, "What burdens your heart, young one?" Viren hesitated but then poured out his struggles. He spoke of his dream to learn, his endless efforts, and the growing fear that it might all be useless. The old man listened patiently before replying, "Viren, have you ever heard of the bamboo tree?" Viren shook his head. The bamboo tree is unlike any other tree. When you plant its seed, for years, it appears as though nothing is happening. You water it, nurture it, but there is no sign of growth. Many give up and assume it is dead. But beneath the soil, the bamboo is growing strong roots. And then, suddenly, after years of waiting, It breaks through the surface and shoots up rapidly, growing taller than all other trees. The old man's eyes twinkled as he said, "Success is like the bamboo tree. Just because you don't see immediate results doesn't mean you aren't growing. Keep nurturing your dreams, and when the time is right, you will rise." Something inside Viren reignited. The lesson of the bamboo tree stayed with him, giving him the strength to persist even when it felt like nothing was changing. A new dawn. Months passed, and then something extraordinary happened. A new school was built in Viren's village. The entire village rejoiced, but no one was as overjoyed as Viren. He immediately enrolled, ready to embrace his long-awaited opportunity. But the journey wasn't easy. His new classmates were far ahead of him. Having had years of formal education, Viren struggled to keep up and often felt like an outsider. Yet, remembering the wise man's words, he refused to give up. He studied harder than anyone else, waking up before dawn and staying up long into the night. His determination did not go unnoticed. Teachers saw his passion, his dedication, and his hunger for knowledge. Slowly, his hard work bore fruit. He started excelling, moving from the bottom of the class to the top. The fruits of perseverance. Years passed, and Viren, once a boy with no access to education, became one of the brightest students. But his journey did not stop there. He wanted to give back, to help others like himself who had once been deprived of education. After completing his studies, Viren returned to his village, not as a student, but as a teacher. He dedicated his life to bringing knowledge to children who had once stood where he had, staring longingly at a dream that felt impossible. Through patience and perseverance, Viren didn't just change his own life, he transformed an entire generation. Applying Viren's story to our lives. Viren's story is not just about education, it's about the power of never giving up. Too often, we chase goals and expect immediate results. When progress is slow, we grow discouraged and abandon our dreams. But just like the bamboo tree, growth happens beneath the surface before it becomes visible. If you're working hard and not seeing results, remember that your roots are growing. If people doubt you, remember that persistence always outlasts skepticism. If you feel like giving up, remind yourself why you started. Patience and perseverance are the twin pillars of success. No matter how impossible a goal seems today, if you keep working towards it, one day you will rise. So, whatever your dream is, stay patient, stay persistent, and never stop believing. Success is already growing beneath the surface, and when the time is right, you will soar. Believe, persist, achieve.